Here's the story of how I met my boyfriend. So, once upon a time, 2 years ago, I had that rainbow mohawk and I was mohawk modeling on YouTube. I had to take a literature class for like a gen ed requirement, even though I'm a physics major. So, I went into this class not very optimistic. I thought it was kind of stupid and I didn't think that I should have had to take it. So I'm looking around where to sit. I usually sit at the front in all my classes. It's just like a better view, and I don't know, you look more attentive, even though I wasn't trying to be attentive in this class anyway. So I go and sit next to this boy. I don't know anyone in this class, which in my other classes I usually know at least one person. So I was like, shit, I'm gonna have to talk to people if I want any friends in this class. So I sit next to this kid, and the teacher's talking, and he's making a list on the board, and I wasn't really paying attention. I don't even remember what the list was about, but I just remember he's making like bullet points, but he's using asterisks for the bullet points. And this is a very important part of the story. I know it doesn't seem like it, but just wait, it gets good. So the professor's making his little list, and he's like, after he's made his list, he starts circling the bullet points, and he's like, these ones are the important ones. And at this point, I could not contain myself. I needed to say something. I could not keep this inside. Because tell me those don't look like buttholes. So at that point, I had a decision to make because I didn't know anybody in the class. So who am I going to tell besides the kid that's sitting right next to me? So I rip off a little piece of notebook paper and I try to get his attention, and I pass him this note. And it says, "Doesn't that look like a butthole?" And thank God he thought it was funny, because I was really nervous. Like, it was our first or second day of class, and yeah, I was already talking about buttholes with this kid. But he thought it was so funny, and we actually ended up becoming really good friends. And we would sit next to each other every single day that we had class. We had it on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 a.m., and it sucked. It was like an hour and 15 minutes long. It was so boring. We had to read all these books and write all these essays, like, busy work. It was a gen ed class. It wasn't really that deep. And I always said, "Hi, Kevin." Like, the SpongeBob episode with Kevin the sea cucumber. And we were besties, but, like, I never even thought of the idea of dating him because of the fact that I was a lesbian and he had a girlfriend. Like, we could just not have been further from like dating each other, but we would still walk after class together. It was kind of adorable. It was really fun. I liked walking with him. Like, it was definitely a good part of my week. And most of the time he would be walking to the school gym, which was right behind my dorm, so we would basically have our entire walk back from class together. But then there were some days where he would just go straight home and not to the gym, and that was the complete opposite way. So some days, like, we didn't really get much of a walk. We would just walk down the steps and part ways from there. And one day, I actually got my period in the middle of class, and I ran to the bathroom, and I was texting him, and I was like, "Kevin, you're the only person I know in this class. Please help me. Can you please bring me a tampon? It's in my backpack." And he did, and I can't believe he did that. Like, that was so nice. That was so sweet. It made me so happy. So, yeah. And he knew me when I was bald. Like, when we had class together, that was around the time that I shaved my head also. And so, that's how you know he likes me, because he's seen me at my worst. He's seen me at my most bald, my ugliest, my most boy-looking, and we were besties then, and we're besties now. Like I say, we're besties for the resty. And we went from, both having girlfriends to now I'm his girlfriend, so that's pretty cool. And that's how I met my boyfriend, and here we are now, 2 years later, reunited.